Good morning, fellow mathematicians. Welcome back to another video. I am back from the hospital and many of you were asking what was going on, so here are a few answers. Also, this video will be completely uncut, so I'm just gonna talk about a few things and then I'm gonna just call it quits because my laptop, as you might have noticed, is just grilled internally and the data can't be saved, everything is completely lost. I'm at a total loss, and if you kind of want to support me in some kind of way, I opened a GoFundMe, so take a look at the description. There's the GoFundMe, so if you want the videos to keep coming, then yeah, you better donate something for the cause. But other than that, I'm just going to ram my SD card into my old phone and just upload it directly to YouTube. So here we are. I was at a hospital and I made a community post about that, just a short one, greetings from the hospital. So what was going on? So what basically went on is, and I have this pretty regularly, every quarter to half a year, I get like a cramp in my stomach, but the right hand side of the stomach here, and it just starts rather slowly. It just feels like I'm not feeling well, and then everything starts cramping up and it starts to feel like someone's pushing hot needles or knives into my stomach in some kind of way. And in a normal case, I can just lie on the couch for 1 to 2 hours and it just stops. And if it gets a bit heavier, like 2 years ago, I already went to the hospital, it basically starts to crawl up into the middle of my stomach, crawling up to the lungs, and then I also can't really breathe either. It feels like I'm getting a heart attack or something. I never had a heart attack, but this is probably what it feels like. And then I can't really breathe and it just feels like someone's pressing onto my chest all the time, and I can't probably take a proper breath. And this time it was just extremely heavy, so I couldn't lie in one spot anymore for more than 2 seconds, and no matter what I did, lying on the side, fetus position, stretched out or whatever, I just couldn't get rid of the stomach ache. It was just terrible. And when I first met up with my wife about 6 to 7 years ago, I already had that. I was delivering pizza back in the days at the start of my studies. And I also went to the hospital because everything was just getting heavy on my stomach once again. And there they thought it was the appendix in some kind of way, because my infection values were rather high already, but they wouldn't take it out because they weren't high enough. They just don't take out organs just because, yeah, for the fun of it. That's not what we do here in Germany. We are not in, I don't know, Colombia or wherever. But back in the day they told me if I get that ever again with the stomach and everything, I should go into the hospital right away and see if it's the appendix. 2 years ago it also wasn't the appendix, they couldn't find anything, they just took me back home at the next day. But this time it was so heavy, such a heavy load on my body, I just couldn't do anything anymore. So I was already screaming for, I don't know, painkillers or something, and they gave me 4 different painkillers, pretty strong ones, and nothing helped. It took me about 5 hours to get to sleep somehow, and basically I was raising up my bed in this position at the feet, and in this position I was lying in there like a V position, and then I was able to sleep kind of. And the next day it was basically gone once again. It wasn't the appendix, it wasn't anything internally in terms of my stomach, but what I noticed this time, and I never noticed this before, was that I couldn't lie straight. I was always getting in this position with my, oh, I can still feel it, with my spine, and when I tried to lay it down, it burned like hell, like someone was ramming hot knives into my back. Seriously, it was not nice. I never felt this much pain before in my life. I think it was a really heavy load on me. There was no fun. But when I kind of got back into this position and kind of relaxed my spine, it got better. And since it wasn't the appendix or anything internally in my abdomen, they say that it's probably some kind of blockade now. And what we do next is I go to a chiropractor and we just try to squeeze the fuck out of my body and see if anything helps. Today I am feeling way better than yesterday. For example, I'm still feeling a bit under the weather. Today I was carrying my child in her little seat from the car, and after a few meters I was so fucking confused. I had no idea. Lisa was asking me what was wrong with me. I was so freaking exhausted. I don't know why. So it's still a strain on my body. So this was nothing to play around with. I was kind of feared for my life because you shouldn't fuck around with the appendix. Obviously, if it blows up, you're pretty much dead. This is the main reason why I went to the hospital. And yeah, chiropractor, it is next. And we'll see if he can help. And if he isn't able to help, then, well, it's off to the next one. This also feels like the situation back in the day where I went with my mom to all kinds of doctors, doesn't matter which kind of doctor, to see where my immense headaches and nosebleeds came from. And no one could find anything. And here's the same thing. I've been having this for the past 6 years. Every 3 to 6 months, all the time, like the cramps in my abdomen and the like, and no one can really help. It's just fucking stupid. I don't know what to do. But well, now you know about that. Now you don't need to be worried anymore. I'm feeling way better, and now I'm gonna get back to work. And by work I mean I'm gonna watch a few YouTube videos just to relax a tiny bit. I think that's watching, and up to the next video. I wish you guys a flammable day. See ya. Take care.